I'll go once.
Are we going?
Oh, yeah, look at this guy.
Go ahead, everybody.
Jumping in.
Let's do it.
Awesome. Yeah.
Go ahead, bud.
All right, brother. What up, baby?
Good luck, everybody.
All right. Thank you. Good. Oops, sorry, bud. We're good. Just pick up my feet. Oh, here we go, baby. Oh.
Wow, here we are.
Here we are.
It's spring, it's May, the windows are open, the door's open. We just had a great dinner.
Oh.
Rory's idea, kebabs. We had kebabs, they were awesome, man.
Amazing.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you for,
I even cooked.
Yes, he did.
yeah, Rory
And he
was
cooks
the chef.
very well.
Yeah, he did. I started cooking, but then everything went crazy. You just have no idea how it was.
Oh, baby.
Wasn't it? It got kind of a little
I
tricky.
thought you singed your eyebrows off there.
No,
Oh,
yeah.
I wish I had that on camera.
Oh my goodness. We have got a great show for you tonight, everybody. We got Mike Catalina here from Critical Path.
All right.
Danny Enya from Mohawk Valley Funerals and Cremation is going to be joining us tonight. We got Kids
Danny.
Rock Review. Christine, what's the drink of the night in the Bamboo Lounge?
Dark and stormy.
Like my soul.
Like Rory's. Oh, really? I don't know. You know, I get kind of dark and stormy too. It's been kind of a. I had a tooth pulled. Hi, everybody.
Pity party. Ooh, that's neat. Are we gonna do something?
I don't know. You know what? Sometimes it's nice to have just sit here.
No.
No?
Yeah,
I enjoy it.
Do you?
How's everyone doing?
All right, well, here's how things work at the BarRoom Neon Project. We have guest musicians. We just have them sit in and we just yell chords over to them. They have no idea what's happening. It just happens, doesn't it? Just happens.
yeah, man.
So.
You know what this reminds me of? What's that place? What is it down by Woodstock? It was when Von Helm was still alive,
Oh, his
barn,
his
right?
barn, yeah.
right? And
The
so
Midnight Ramble.
Everyone would just show up.
Yeah, whatever.
Rotating musicians just come and hang out. You know what I mean? Yeah,
Yep.
it's like-
Sometimes those are the best shows.
Absolutely.
Just remember, don't look at Joe or don't start at Joe for the chord changes.
Don't look at me. Don't look at me.
Don't look at Joe.
Yeah, don't look at me.
Don't bother me. I'm in the middle
You're
of
speaking
something.
through your
I know.
mic.
I know. I kind of like it.
Wow, that's really crazy.
Usually like,
All right, everyone, we're going to start out with a little Marshall Tucker, Can't You See?
mics, you know?
Yeah.
All right.
We usually have that speaker facing inside. Would it be better if we turn that speaker in, or is that too much coming
If
from
it's too much, you can.
Holly, guys? Does it sound all right? All right, I want to say hello to Teresa, Vic, Martha, Carol, Connie, Nick, Sissy, and Holly. You're watching too.
Wow!
Hey, Roger's here, everybody. Give him a hand. We missed you, Roger. We missed you, man.
What's next?
St. James, baby. Woo. Oh, wow. So, what's been going on with everybody? What's been happening? Mike, what's been going on in your life?
Just a little bit of jamming, working, growing older by the second. You know?
Growing older by the second.
How about you, Chris? What you been up to?
Well, working.
I should know what you've been up to. I live with you,
Well,
but you
yeah.
never know. You never know, people.
Never know.
Rory, what's going on?
Been working, things going good.
Nice. It's been a great week. We had a great rehearsal Thursday night.
Yes, it was.
Well, I had a fun, kind of weird rehearsal because I couldn't sing because that's when I have a tooth.
You could still talk though, couldn't you?
Yeah, my mouth still flaps.
Stop.
So this is that one, the A minor to the E, to the F to the E to the E section.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I just taught Mike a song real quick. That's how we do it right here in the project, you know?
That's the problem.
Let us know what it sounds like, everybody, because you're watching at home. If it doesn't sound good, how do we know?
Yep.
We don't know.
True.
We don't
Yeah,
know.
but they can't throw fruit, so that's good.
Hi, Sue. How are you? Everybody's chiming in here.
Yep, I see that.
Cool, man.
What are we doing?
St. James.
Oh, Rory, count us off.
You count us out.
1, 2, 3, 4.
It was down in old Joe's BarRoom, on the corner by the square. The usual crowd was assembled, and Big Joe was there. He was standing at my shoulder. His eyes were bloodshot red. He turned to the crowd around him. These are the very words he said. I went down to St. James Infirmary. I saw my baby there. She was laid on a cold white table, so cold, so wide, so fair. Let her go, God bless her, wherever she may be. She'll never find a sweet man like me. When I die, bury me in a high-top Stetson hat. Put a $20 gold piece on my watch chain, so God know I die standing pat. I would take to the pallbearers. Chorus gonna sing me a song. Put a jazz band on my wagon. Raise hell as I go along. I went down to St. James Infirmary. I saw my baby there. She was laid on a cold white table, so cold, so wide, so fair. Roll out your rubber-tired carriages. Roll out your one-time. 12 men go into the graveyard, and 11 come back. Now that I've told you my story, take another shot of booze. And if anyone should happen to ask me, I got those gambling rules. I went down to St. James Infirmary. I saw my baby there. She was laid on a cold white table.
Hello to Michelle in Arizona. Hello, Michelle.
I know a new song now.
You like
Hello,
it?
Michelle.
Hi.
All right, we are going to go and do an original.
What are we doing?
What you found?
Well, it's in the key of,
Q.
This goes to C, then F, and we didn't do this one. So you'll not worried about it. Don't worry about things. Because I know it'll all just flow in together beautifully.
Yeah.
It's in the key of life.
I have no expectations whatsoever.
Just happy to be here.
I'm going to start out with a little thing that I do, and then
That'll be funky.
we'll see how that goes. Maybe we can do a little jam. It's a little A minor thing. I kind of, we don't know what's going to happen. No, we don't know, do we? Do we, Rory?
No, bro.
Rory, we don't know.
Just happy to be here, bro.
Just happy to be here. Oh my God, dinner was so good.
It
was. Hey, we got a treat tonight. It's a surprise party for Kit and Christine. It's their birthday this
Surprise,
month.
don't say anything.
We got a cake. Shh, don't tell Kit. Chris, close your ears.
Ear muffin for me, sweetheart. Ear
Huh?
muffin for me,
Hey.
sweetheart. What's up, man? How we doing?
You tune the guitar, but you can't tune the fish.
You've begun to take the cannoli.
So, as Al Guthrie would say, I don't like to tune in front of people because I learned to tune by sight.
Yeah.
You get that? Come on, kids. Come on, kids.
We're really not funny people, are we?
I have a very interesting sense of humor. Not everyone gets it.
I
Trust
don't know
me.
any jokes though, do you?
No, not really. Not any appropriate jokes for television.
Oh, okay.
No?
Yeah, we have very sensitive viewers.
Yeah, you know, I try not to watch Swear and all sorts of stuff.
Oh, why do I got the shoes on? I don't play with shoes
Oh,
on.
yeah,
I know,
get
that's my
comfortable,
problem.
man. What are we doing here? It's your first day on the job?
I think so, maybe.
First, yeah.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
Yeah.
Jamie's out. Wow.
What do you think, man? Is that all right?
Like Will Ferrell sat on the drum show, the drum off there with the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Is this traditional, Joe? Yeah.
What do you, I made myself. Or
Is this a
That's
traditional,
it.
Joe?
Roll the credits. It's over.
Roll the credits.
Roll the credits. It's over.
What's up next?
Simple man.
Oh, I thought we were taking the break. My bad.
No. We threw in one more here.
All right, my bad, bro.
Sorry about that.
No, I'm fine. Hey, man, I'm having a beer. He's playing bass on this one. This should be great, right, guys?
Oh, let's say hi to Marshall. Hi to Mike. Who else is joining us? Wow. Good crowd tonight.
Yeah?
Good crowd.
Sure.
Cool. Smoke one if you got it.
I feel like the art cheeseman.
Ooh, it's getting warm back here. We got
We need
window
to-
open? We cracked the
Window
door?
is open.
We cracked the door? Oof. I'm getting pasty back here. You know?
Actually, we can open the front door.
That's
But
what I'm saying.
I don't think it's hotter on the porch. Actually,
I don't know, man. I pulled it right down the other night.
It's gonna-
might be.
Just, you know, I'm no wizard. Because you get the cross breeze coming through from the other door. You know what I mean?
Could be. Kit.
Yeah, science.
Sorry, Kit. Kit, would you
Get on
please open
camera,
the front
bud.
door? I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm so rude tonight.
Am I rude? Am I being rude?
No, I am.
You left me by myself at the grill. You just took off.
Sorry, man. I
Yeah,
didn't mean it.
it's
Just
not-
took off.
it's fried and it's good.
didn't mean to leave you at the grill alone.
Rory's there. I'll take care of it. Just fix it up.
Somebody's gotta be the responsible one. It's
Remind me of the Home Alone.
Never
Like,
wore a
first
guitar
Home
this
Alone,
high.
where they're in the back of the van. Or John Candy's
I feel like I'm on the Archies.
Their son's funeral all day. All day. He started talking again after a couple months.
Get crazy. Out of control. Show's out of control.
That's it.
I'm playing fine, all right. I'm not swearing.
We're great so
I'm not driving.
We're only allowed to say one F word a night.
I haven't-
on the show.
I haven't
We haven't
really
said it yet.
Yeah,
Who gets to say it today?
I don't
Oh,
know.
Mike's the
Fudge.
guest. Yeah, that's it. All right, Mike said it.
Let's do a little Leonard Skinner. What do you think?
The door.
Try not to think.
Let's do it. Let's hear. Hey, Rose. Chad David said, nice bass work, Mike Catalina.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Marshall says, Christine is awesome.
Awesome. Yes, she is.
Oh, my goodness. You know what? It's time for the Bamboo Lounge.
Get into it.
We're going to segue over to the Bamboo Lounge. Christine's got the drink of the night. And, what is it? Dark and, what is it?
Stormy.
Dark and stormy.
Just like Rory's soul, remember?
Like
Yes,
my
just like
soul.
my soul, yes.
Oh,
You just wanna-
Yeah.
Do you just want to move the?
All right. Here's where the fun begins.
Do we just want to move the cameras, or? Do we
Yeah, I think we should just shift. Here, why don't you take care of that one, and I'll take care of this one.
Do I get a dark and stormy?
Move that over to the left. Doing good here.
Why don't we move
I said
these?
to Mike, that's the most notes that's ever come out of that bass all in one shot. 'Cause
I move the standby sign.
Talk nice and loud, dude.
is there ever a problem with me speaking loudly? Does anybody know if this is a twist up? Am I good to go?
Go ahead, you're on.
All right, so reason I chose Dark and Stormy is because Kit likes it's our birthday show and Kit likes
I might as well
rum.
come in onto this.
Yeah, I know. So I decided to do a rum-based drink. So start with some ice. How exciting is that?
Exciting ice, yes! Woohoo!
This is Gosling's Black Seal Bermuda Dark Rum. According to what I read, you can't call it a dark and stormy if it doesn't have this particular brand in there. So hey, I'm doing what I'm
That's the
supposed.
dark part of a dark and stormy.
Yes, you got it. So you just throw some dark rum, but it's a lot of rum. I don't know. Such a
I'm not gonna drive for a couple more hours, so.
All right. Okay. And then ginger beer. Do not use ginger ale. It has to be ginger beer. I was gonna get the extra, which is got a bigger bite, but wasn't sure. Lime. Swizzle. Let's see. Give it a whirl. Here, I'll give you the stronger one.
Ooh, the stronger one, so that I'm not capable of doing my segment in a few minutes.
Cheers! Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. That's not bad.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a Moscow Mule, but it's just dark.
Do we have enough glasses for everybody?
Well, yes.
If anybody would like a dark and stormy, come on into the Bamboo Lounge.
Don't all
Cindy.
break down the door.
Huh? All right, but you want one?
I would love one.
All righty.
I'll speak to the camera, but I'm not
That's all right. No pressure. Roy wants one? You heard the calling?
And now they're coming.
Yeah, I know. All in droves, right?
Do I get one?
Sure.
Yeah, you're working for yeah, you're working for
Ooh, we have more. Yeah.
oh yeah.
Holly, would you like your dark and stormy? Come on, don't be shy.
You don't have to be on camera.
You don't have to be on camera.
No.
Yes, you get him.
Well, I'm not gonna argue with Mike.
Ryan White says, sounds great, drinking some Saranac. Rose says, yum, I'd love that.
Roger?
We can't bring it through the camera.
I'd like
Yes.
one, Chris, but yeah, maybe with one.
What, Joe?
I'll have one.
You'll have one? Okay.
What's going on, folks? How we doing? How we doing?
We're good.
Excellent.
Got this going on.
What do we got going on here?
Your soul.
Yeah, it's so dark and stormy.
Sit down, dude.
If it was Monday, I would say you should play Stormy Monday, but that would be.
Oh, that's one of my favorites. The old school version though, like the you know what I mean?
The old.
Yeah, with like both Allman Brothers, like
All right, we're on to
We actually will talk about that
funky
later.
goblet glasses.
Oh, yeah.
About glasses.
Yeah.
What?
How long do we have?
Music finishes so much.
Are we doing something next or are we going right back on?
Danny's gonna be up next.
Alright, cool. So I got time for
Oh yeah, got a lot of time. Go chill out, man. Do whatever you gotta do.
Cool. Cool. Alright. Awesome.
That's yours.
Yeah, that one's mine. I already drank out of it, otherwise I would.
Well, it's alcohol, kills the germs.
Well, yeah, no.
I
So we got some fun things planned coming up for this summer. We're actually gonna do an ice cream tour. We're gonna take the BarRoom project. Christine, Kit, Rory, Roger, myself, and we're gonna hit ice cream shops here in Little Falls. I think by the time we even get done in Little Falls, we're probably not gonna wanna go out of Little Falls. So we may have to do a 2-segment show. We're also gonna do a show down at General Herkimer Home. These are gonna be non-musical shows. They're just gonna be out, looking at Little Falls and just celebrating our city and just enjoying each other and doing whatever we're doing. Wow, looks good, Chris.
This one lets me know I had one.
Yeah, these are real good.
Yes.
Joe, this is for you.
Oh, thank
Anybody
you.
else? I think we're good, right? Oh, Roger.
It's delicious.
Joe, I really
Thank
like
you.
that Mike and Mickey
No, I gotta
t-shirt.
get
I wish I
glass.
had gotten that when I saw the band.
It's springy.
We were at the same concert, but I wasn't with Kit. I was with Steve Grippy, who used to be a part of the project
Here,
about
keep
a
them
year or so
entertained. I'm out of
ago.
glasses.
And we had a great time at that concert. That was a good concert.
That was, yeah. I
It's a
was
fabulous
surprised.
concert.
I'm a really big Mike Nesmith fan, and he did
Oh,
his
yeah.
solo hit Joanne.
I like started crying when they all both walked out. I was just like, because I'm watching them, thinking I'm rolling around on the beach. Hey, we're the monkeys.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this is crazy. It was a good time. But speaking of concerts, what's happening for concerts?
I'm gonna go see the Tedeschi Trucks Band in Syracuse this summer. They're having a social distance concert in Lafayette, New York.
And you're actually sacrificing a concert next month, aren't
Yes,
you?
I would have seen at the same venue. I would have seen the Allman Betts Band, but instead, because of our live show on June 19th,
June 19th, we're going to be live at Iron Rocks Brewing Company here in Little Falls. We're bringing this whole show down to Canal Place, and we're going to be live from 6 to 9. But yeah, that would have been.
and
The Allman Betts.
normally I would have gone to it even, but because it's live and I want to be at that.
Because we're not, this is all, we just kind of go with the flow, whatever happens. But we have we have concerts coming up at the Turning Stone. We have Marshall Tucker in October.
I'm gonna go see Genesis in Buffalo and Boston in the fall. Hopefully,
What else
knock
do
on
we
wood.
have? You might be going to see Queensryche too. And
Did I ever tell you the first time I heard Queensryche, I thought it was like a new Pink Floyd song because it was that Silent Lucidity.
Yes, actually, a lot of people thought that.
It's okay. Because then you get to pick and choose.
All right, these are going. This kind of tastes.
Sometimes call you.
Yeah.
I've noticed there's a lot more live shows are starting to open up too. A lot more being announced anyway.
You know what I mean?
Right. I see. Fish. Is Fish coming to?
I don't know if I have.
Zach Brown's going to be at SPAC October 3rd, our anniversary, Chris.
Hey, we should go.
I know. We've seen every show. We've seen
Back
them.
in October.
October. Well,
Chilly.
So.
That special thing.
Are we done at the lounge here?
We're done at the. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, we're done at the lounge.
I'm going to kick Mike out and get these cameras. This is the first time we've used these chairs here, so I'm going to reposition the cameras, and we're going to have Danny Enya come in and join us. And we're going to talk to Danny a little bit about his business and being a lifelong
Little Fallsite.
Little Fallsite. Danny, just hold on a second until I get my cameras.
They're now looking at my shirt. See, Neil Young, never trust an old man who listens to Neil Young. I'm now an old man because I can join AARP.
Been there, done that, kid.
Hey, I want that senior citizen discount. I don't care.
I know, I'm not
Bring
too
that
proud.
camera over there.
This one over here.
Yeah, angle it over there.
Hey, might as well take advantage of whatever we need.
Definitely.
You want this down?
Yeah, whatever. Just position it at the chair.
They're really not-
This is the first time I was
They're
wow,
on
these,
Amazon.
who the heck typed these things
But
up?
they're a little flimsy, so you gotta be
That's
tiny.
not going to.
Okay.
So far, they've served us.
Really nice.
This doesn't go down anymore, does it?
It will.
Well.
The red one.
Oh, look at that.
Learn as we go.
Not quite
I'm
sure.
gonna make it look right.
Oh yeah.
Gotta have the.
Okay, I'll have you check both cameras out before we bring Danny on. See how they look here. It's the first time we've actually used these new interview chairs. We need a bigger studio.
Definitely.
That's all the way down.
That one should be fine. How do I look?
You look good.
Okay.
You good?
Come on in, Danny.
All right, sounds good.
All right, everyone. One of the things that we wanted to do with the BarRoom Neon Project show is to highlight people in Little Falls, businesses in Little Falls, artists, lifelong residents. You don't have to be into anything. We're just highlighting our beautiful city here and the different things that we have here. And I've known Danny. I was at your graduation party.
Yes, you were. We had a great time.
We had a great time there.
Definitely.
Yep. So I've known Danny for a long time. I used to teach at Mr. C's Music in Herkimer when his mom used to run it, and I was there for a very long time with your mom, probably 15 years.
Yes.
I had my studio there, and
She speaks very highly of you.
I miss your mom, and I know she's hopefully she's watching tonight.
Hopefully, yeah.
You know. But anyways, Danny, I want to just, we're really informal here. We don't really have any questions written out. We kind of keep things spontaneous, and that makes everything fresh and nice. But you've got your own business now.
I do.
And you started out between Little Falls and Herkimer, and now you're between Little Falls and St. Johnsville.
Yes.
And why don't you just talk a little bit, tell the people, what you offer.
Yeah.
I know everybody knows, what happens at a funeral home, but, every funeral home's different. And if you just want to, talk a little bit about your business, how long you've been in business, and I know it's a family business kind of, and how you got started. If you want to go that far, just whatever you want to share with the people.
I am a third-generation funeral director.
That's right.
We just celebrated 20 years of being a funeral director this month, actually. So, kind of excited about that. I don't know where the time goes, but seems like yesterday Joe was at my graduation party.
I know, we're out by the fire on the field.
Yeah, definitely.
I remember that night. It was a good night.
But I love the business. I can't see myself doing anything different. I love serving the people. I gotta say, especially here in Little Falls, sorry about, other people. But, these are my roots. I'm glad to be here in Little Falls and serving my friends
Well,
here.
we service the whole valley.
Yeah, you do.
I mean,
Yes.
I've been a musician. I was a musician before I became a priest.
Yeah.
And we've worked a lot together, doing the funeral home and the priest. Actually, this week we were busy.
Definitely.
With a bunch of funerals. I had other things, but
Yeah.
we're here for the whole community, the whole valley, not just Little Falls, but we live in Little Falls, and this has been our home.
Definitely.
Christine, you had a question you wanted to ask Danny, or
Well, I was interested. I see that you're doing a lot with the veterans
Yes.
organizations and things, and maybe you could give some information on that. It seems like
Love
an
to.
excellent thing to be involved in for
It is.
veterans.
It's a great thing. We do a picnic every year to honor our veterans and our first responders. The past year we couldn't have it, obviously, because of COVID, because a lot of the veterans come from the nursing homes, so we couldn't do it. And I don't think we're going to be able to do it this year, but we might still be able to. But next year we'll definitely be back on. But it's just a great opportunity, laid back environment. All the local restaurants and businesses come forward and donate food and things like that.
Great.
It's just a great thing to see the veterans have a good time and in the camaraderie of one another. It's really nice.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Excellent.
and everything's free. There's live entertainment. We have booths set up, things like that. The troopers were there with their trooper wall last year. That was new for us.
and where's that usually held? Is that held in Herkimer?
We spread it around. We've
Okay.
had it in Mohawk, Ilion, or East Herkimer. So we try to use a different venue every year, and it's really great.
And what do you do? Do you get people to donate things? Is that how does that work with, you say it's free
Yeah.
for the veterans? Excellent.
I pick up the phone and I have a list of businesses I've called over the past few years, and I just keep calling and they send food. It just
Great.
piles in the day of the event, and I have so many volunteers that come and help, and it all just comes together, and it's amazing how it does that.
Good.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
One of the things, and the kind of the work that we're doing, and it's kind of, a lot of people don't know what to do when someone dies.
Yes.
I know I have, in the past, I've had in different newsletters or in different things in church, when someone passes away, what do? Well, you call your priest and call your funeral director, and things have to go through the motions, and it's a difficult time for a lot of people. I mean, I've been in ordained ministry for 20 years. I remember the first year that I was ordained, I was with deacon with Father Steve here at Scarsha and
Okay.
Emmanuel, and the first fall that I was ordained, we had like 10 funerals throughout September, October, November.
Yes.
When it came Thanksgiving, I was like depressed.
Yeah.
And I talked to Father Steve, and he said, "That's what happens because you're just around so many people that are, hurting." And our job, your job is to bring comfort, to bring. One of the things we couldn't do this week was to go down into Danny's funeral home. Our schedules were just crazy this week.
Yeah, definitely.
It's something that we're going to do, but many people know it. It looks like you have a beautiful funeral home. And what I like about your funeral home, everybody has, I work with all the funeral directors. I'm probably going to have them all on the show eventually over the next couple of years. But what I liked about yours is that there's the room there to sit. There's like a lounge. There's beverages and it's very home.
Bright, and it's
Yeah.
bright.
It's very
it's
comfortable and it's
spacious.
very bright and it's very spacious.
Yes.
I've been told that I do a good funeral.
You do a great funeral, Joe.
And the thing is, when I try to do a funeral, like when we just did one this past Monday for our Assistant Fire Chief Chuck Crimmins, who passed away, we're there to bring some hope and just to bring comfort to people. But
Definitely.
How long have you been in business on your own?
I would say since 2013.
13.
In the
Okay.
area here.
So it's coming up 10 years.
Yeah.
Being on your own.
Going back to what you were saying earlier, it's a difficult subject, death, but it takes a certain person to be able to deal with it and get people through that difficult time, the most
Right.
difficult time of their life.
Right.
Yeah.
One of the questions that I have is like when someone passes away, if you have a family member that passes away, who's the first person that you call? Should you call an ambulance?
It all depends if somebody passes away at home and they have hospice taking care of them or have been seen by a doctor, then most of the times hospice will release to a funeral home. But if it's unexpected at home or something like that, or accident or other types of manners of death, you have to call a coroner. Excuse my throat.
I remember
So-
when my grandmother passed away back in 1988. I was at work. And my brother had come home from church, and my sister-in-law came over to get me at the Best Western. She wasn't my sister-in-law at the time; she is now. And Grandma died. And I remember coming over, and the priest was here, and then the ambulance came. And I said, well, why'd you call the ambulance? Because they had to call the coroner and want to go through all of that.
There's a whole process.
Yeah, there's a whole process. And,
Yes, there
even
is.
being an ordained ministry in 20 years, I had people that call me up and say, so-and-so, it's a family member just passed away. What do I do? I said, well, I'll be there, but you need to,
Yes.
call the ambulance or where there was hospice, to follow through. Because,
It's a good question.
people get confused.
Yes, they do.
It's such a traumatic time. And I remember when my grandmother died. Actually, it was your dad that came over.
Yep.
And he was here, and he was very comforting. I remember having to leave the room
Yes.
when they were bringing her downstairs.
That makes it kind of easier.
Yeah,
for people.
but it's not a scary thing because I was watching A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood.
Yeah.
Mr. Rogers. I don't know
It's
if
a
you've
great
seen the
movie.
movie.
I love it.
And where he was talking about death,
It's a
and
great
he said at the end there when the reporter's father was dying, he said death is a human thing, and if
Yeah,
it's a
it's part of
human
life.
thing, then we need to talk about it, and we shouldn't be afraid of it because it happens to all of us,
Yeah.
and but I think the line of work that you're in and that I'm in, that we're trying to just to bring that comfort.
Definitely.
Anything else, Chris? I don't know if there volunteer work that you've been doing besides the veterans. Is there anything else that you want to talk about?
I'm part of an organization that has responded to, events like Hurricane Katrina,
Okay.
the earthquake in Haiti, and as well as the COVID disaster down in New York City. So I was at those three.
That's right. You did go down in New York City.
Afterwards.
That's right. I do remember that. And you-
Helping out with retrieving people who passed away.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
it.
That was quite an interesting part of my life.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. And I don't think 9/11. No, I don't think.
No,
no.
I didn't get to that one.
No. Probably.
Yeah.
Probably we're still in school.
Yeah, exactly.
What year did you graduate from high school?
I graduated
Come on.
1998 from high school.
98.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm 86, so that kind of dates us a little bit.
Yeah.
Listen, if anyone has any questions for Danny, you're welcome to chime in with those questions. We'll be reviewing them throughout the show. And if anyone was in need of Danny's services,
Hopefully not for a long time.
well, just to know, Danny's got a web page.
I do.
Mohawk Valley Funerals and Cremations here in Little Falls, and you got a Facebook page. too.
Of course, yeah.
And a Facebook page. And we're so glad to have you on the show. Thank you very much for
I'm
coming
glad
on.
to be here.
And
Thanks.
for anyone that's watching, if you would like to be a guest on our show, I mean, I know a lot of people in Little Falls, but private message us or chime in. And one of the things that we enjoy when we have guests on the show is we gather a couple hours earlier.
Yes.
And we have dinner and we hang out and we get to have them listen to us while we warm up, and then they spend the rest of the evening watching the show. And
It's awesome.
when the cameras go off, it could go on for hours. You never know. Danny, thank you very much for joining
Thanks,
us.
Jeff. Appreciate
Enjoy the
it.
rest of the night.
Definitely.
We're gonna play a few more. Get the camera set up. We're gonna play a couple more songs. Actually, we got an original coming from Mike Catalina that we just threw together, and
You
we're gonna
learn a
rock out
song
with
for us,
that.
we'll learn a song for him.
After that, it's gonna be Kicks Rock Review, and then we're gonna have a jam to carry out the night.
Sounds good.
Somebody get the drummer.
Can't do anything without him.
Okay, what we need to do is move that chair.
This one?
Yep. Let's get that chair out of here. Back in the kitchen.
You didn't know you were gonna be road crew.
This chair. That one could just go over to the left a little bit. That will be good. Beautiful.
That time you use the bathroom?
Sure.
No, absolutely not.
I hate going in a crowd too. God. Oh, it's terrible. Oh, that's on camera, huh?
It won't be.
Well, what do you think, Rory? We're live. The whole world to see. All right, kid, I'll get behind my microphone and check them all out. All right, how we doing out there, everybody? Let's give a round of applause for Danny Enia being here tonight. All right, Danny. Christine, the drinks are fabulous tonight. Thank you very much.
Mine's gone.
Oh, we can make you
Mine's
another one.
gone. I might need one.
Kid, you want to be bartender?
Oh, that'd be a scary thing.
Yeah, you'll do it.
My glasses. I think on the table.
We'll give you a new one.
We don't have
Have a new one.
Is this yours, Mike?
Yep.
Room.
Yes, I got them in everything.
Yep.
Over there.
We're close to 2 ounces, and then just fill the rest with.
You know, this is an original that I threw together probably, I'm thinking, back in 1980.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those, love songs where, you had it, you're fed up, and you think that you're never ever gonna, survive your breakup type of thing, and that's what this is all about.
You know, it's funny how heartache hits you when something happens, but then after like a month, you feel better, I think.
Yeah. A month and a couple of original songs.
And a couple
Yes.
original songs.
It's a heartache tonight. It's a heartache tonight. I know.
Thank you, sir.
Oh my gosh, what a great night. We're going to be doing a couple of songs here, and then we're going to have Kicks Rock Review. We're going to interview Mike, and then we're going to have a jam that's like no other jam. I don't know, maybe it's like any other jam.
Better?
A lot better, yeah. You know how hard it is to treat your bladder on here? Yeah, keep the sink on, you know what I mean?
I know.
Yeah, do my best. Don't turn the fan on.
Don't turn the
Don't
fan.
turn the fan on.
I knocked all those. John, my son works nights, and I came over this morning about 9:30, and the chimes fell over. And then I picked them up, and they smashed into the cymbal, and I couldn't get them to stop ringing. I said, the heck with it.
The heck with it.
Mike, what's the name of this song, Mike?
It's Always Gonna Be Loving You.
Always Gonna Be Loving You. Nice.
What's up, guys? The Dark and Stormy is quite good.
Thank you.
Oh, the drinks are great.
Just had a great time.
I never tried these things until I took it before either. So.
All right, everyone, this is an original song by Mike Catalina. We just threw it together like an hour and a half You count the thunder, you touched down in the rain, feeling so cheated, yeah. I swore I'd never love again, feeling so alone now, knowing we could with hurt and shame, going down for the last time. Don't want to feel no pain. And then from out of nowhere came a shining, glowing light. And now the wind will bring clouds to a maiden of white. Who is gonna be loving you? Who is gonna be loving you from you? Way she made me feel inside. She picks me up, she made me fly so high. The maiden turned and smiled after saving from the drowning rain, and the glow from the smile made me strong again. Then she turns and looks at me. She asked for me to come along. Do I love you forever? You know I can't be wrong. Who is gonna be loving you? Who That was fun to do.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Real fun.
Thank you. Where we go next?
Distant place.
Alright, cool.
Oh, God, that pipe tobacco smells so nice.
I know, even if we didn't know Roger came, I would have known he was here by the wonderful smell of his pipe coming in.
This is the E minor to the A, E minor A, and then the chorus is a G, D, A minor, C.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Wow.
Now we're good.
See, just like your soul.
Hey, please. It makes it great. Wow.
Ooh, baby.
Well, I had to put new strings on Thursday, didn't I? Well, when I got home from to have my tooth pulled, I was bored.
Hey, I think you should get a gold tooth now.
Are you talking?
Yeah, I think you should get a gold tooth.
Isn't there a song by Steely Dan called Your Gold Teeth?
I don't know that one.
I'm gonna look that up.
more.
Yep, that's it.
Ryan White says, hell yes.
Who does?
Ryan White.
Nice.
Hey, okay, we got Mike joining us. We got Rodney. Hey, Rodney. Tara. Ryan. All right. Sony. Sounding great. Oh, all right. It was Ryan. Okay. Oh, wow. Whew. You know what it's time for?
No.
Time for Kids Rock Review. All right.
By the way, there is a song called Your Gold Teeth from Steely Dan on their album Countdown to
Anybody's
Ecstasy.
never Steely Dan reference. Fantastic. Fantastic.
If Kit doesn't know it, it doesn't exist.
My man.
Or it's after like 1994.
Just think when we get professional with cameras, it'll be like music segueing in, instead of all this craziness with these cameras. Look at us doing. What are we doing here? What is this all
everybody,
about?
I got a new Tedeschi Trucks Band sticker.
What was the name of the company you got it from?
Redbubble? It was online.
Oh,
Good job, man. That was great.
Yeah,
Fantastic, brother. Nice job, Chris.
yes, you too, everybody.
Fantastic. Let me sneak by here. Let me.
I like the talk box there on that song.
Yeah, talk box is nasty,
Printed
man.
measles way up on it for fun. Yeah.
Sounded sharp.
Tara says, happy birthday, Christine. It's Kit's birthday, too, this
Thank
month.
you.
Happy birthday.
Wednesday it is. So.
Yeah.
My birthday was already.
Yep. So you're.
I'm 50 and almost 2 weeks.
How's it fit? How's it fitting you so far?
Same as 49 and 48. And
Funny thing, huh?
funny thing is that, people, but you know what? Every May 3rd, people like to give me stuff. So I'm not gonna.
I know, really.
I'm not one of these people like, oh, it's my birthday, I'm older. I'm like, yeah, give me stuff.
Yeah, me too.
Am I on?
You're ready to go.
I'm on, okay. So let's begin. My little intro. We still need a theme song for this.
Yes. Hey, we gotta write a theme song.
We got to write a Kit's Rock Review theme song.
Yes. Mike would be good to help write at that, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so
You picked the style of music?
I have been like putting little videos out, trying for people to guess what the topic is. But before that, after the show tonight, go to YouTube and subscribe to the BarRoom Neon Project show, and then go to the Kids Rock Review and subscribe to that as well on YouTube. Get those subscriptions up. Maybe we can be live on YouTube sometime instead of just tape delayed.
Yes, we have to. We can't do it with the phones
Right.
unless we have over 1,000. We have 1,000 viewers or subscribers.
Yeah.
You need to have 1,000 subscribers to go live on YouTube.
Okay, so I've been putting these little videos out on Kids Rock Review and about guessing what my theme is going to be. And no one's guessed yet so far. I think I mentioned it last show, but I don't know if anyone's ever has guessed. So tonight's topic is 1971 albums, and I picked this because I was born in '71, and all the albums that I'm going to talk about are hitting 50 years old. And just so you know, this is not a list of the best albums from 1971. It's just albums that I have and like.
And one that Christine wanted.
And one that Christine wanted, so I actually bought it, so now I have it, so it's still true.
Sweet.
Yes. But, I don't, there are some really good albums from 1971 that I don't have. For example, I don't have Marvin Gaye's What's Going On.
Oh, good stuff.
I don't have Parliament Funkadelic's Maggot Brain, which is 50 years old. I don't have Traffic's Low Spark of High Heeled Boys, which is 50 years old. And there's some albums I thought were 50, but they were either 1970 or 1972. For example, Neil Young's After the Gold Rush is 1972. Derek and the Dominoes, Layla and Other Sort of Love Songs is 1970. So, I'm not going to talk about them, but we'll start with my list here. And this is no particular order. It's not best album from 1971, my favorite to least from 1971. It's just the order I wrote the stuff down in when I was doing research today. So, number 1, Van Morrison. Tupelo Honey was released in October 1971. And he was actually in Woodstock. He lived in Woodstock for a while, even though he's originally from Northern Ireland, when he wrote the music for this. And originally this was gonna be a country album. And you can even, if you listen to it, you can hear the sort of the country-ish feel to it, but it's eventually, it's Van Morrison folkish rock stuff. But he left Woodstock because after the movie Woodstock, too many people were coming around and it was losing that rural feel. Went to California, recorded this album, but one of the songs on it is Old Woodstock, Tupelo Honey. The big hit from this song is Wild Night. You guys remember that? Yes. And also, John Cougar Mellencamp covered that in the 90s or 80s.
Yes, with a really good female bass player. Don't remember her name.
Yeah.
She was fantastic.
But 50 years old in October, Tupelo Honey, and the title track Tupelo Honey is really awesome too. I've seen Government Mule cover that song, so check that one out. Next up, of course, as I mentioned, the Allman Betts Band. But another album that's 50 years old is from the Allman Betts Band's dad's, which is, and I just dropped my notes, Live at the Fillmore East, or it's actually called At Fillmore East, which was their breakthrough album. Hang on a second, let me get my notes. At Fillmore East was released in July 1971, so it's going to hit its 50th year this year, but it was actually recorded in March, 2 shows, and it was originally a double album, but they only charged a single album price for it. And in 2004, this album was selected for preservation in the Library of Congress. So if you go to the Library of Congress, you can actually, I don't know if you can actually take anything out of the Library of Congress, but this is the Library of Congress.
You need a library
card, yes. So basically, the reason they recorded this live album, and it was the first Allman Brothers album to go gold. They recorded it live because they felt their studio albums didn't quite capture their sound. Because Greg Allman even said, "How do you capture the Allman Brothers sound in 3.5 minutes?" So of course, you got a good, nice, long set in this one, and Statesboro Blues does not appear on an Allman Brothers studio album, but it appears on this. They also did Hot Lana, which is a nice instrumental, and Stormy Monday. But this is sort of a bookend to part of their careers, because right as this album went gold in October 1971, Dwayne Allman passed away. So it's sort of a bittersweet. They were finally getting their recognition, and then their leader passed away in a motorcycle accident. But I think you should all check out Allman Brothers at the Fillmore East, and some of the stuff that they recorded at the Fillmore East they would later put on their next album, Brothers and Sisters. And of course, this is, Christine said I had to do this one. Sticky Fingers by the Rolling Stones.
Ooh, yeah!
And if you actually got the original vinyl, this album cover was designed by Andy Warhol. The original vinyl album cover, you could actually unzip the jeans on the front cover, but then they discovered that it damaged the album when you did that. So on subsequent pressings of the album, and on the CD, and on the cassette, and on the 8-track, I probably suppose too, you couldn't unzip the zipper on it.
8-track, now there's some technology.
I didn't mention the reel-to-reel though.
Oh, yeah.
This was, by the way, this is the first studio album where they had Mick Taylor as the lead guitarist after Brian Jones left the band. And it's sort of a return to their rock roots, because they did a bunch of psychedelic stuff, competing with the Beatles. They had Let It Bleed, Beggar's Banquet, their Satanic Majesty Request, and when they came out with this one in '71, more basic rock and sort of even a country feel on this.
Great album.
Yeah.
Great album.
Weren't we earlier talking about Brown Sugar or something like that going on? We weren't talking about the song, but we mentioned Brown Sugar. But anyway, this is the album that features Brown Sugar. It also has Wild Horses, which is a countryish song.
Love Wild Horses.
Yeah, it's a beautiful song.
Can't You Hear Me Knocking?
That's one of my favorites.
Knocking.
I love that too.
And I love to say this because I get to swear. The song Bitch is on here. And since we had Mike in here, Dead Flowers is also on Sticky Fingers.
That's a good tune.
So if you want a sort of a more rock and roll Stones album after they did all their psychedelic stuff in the late 60s, check out Sticky Fingers.
Yes, please.
And then the next one after this, by the way, is Exile on Main Street, which is sort of their classic, their judged by. But I like this one better than Exile. So
Me too.
yeah. So next up, since we were talking about Woodstock before, why don't we go to the band that actually lived in Woodstock? The Band with Cahoots. September 1971.
Nice.
And I was reading that this actually got mixed reviews when it first came out, and I'm like, why? What were the music critics thinking if they're giving the band mixed reviews? I mean, this opens with Life is a Carnival, and When I Paint My Masterpiece is on here. Plus Van Morrison, who was living in Woodstock when this was recorded, he has a guest vocal on this. And Levon Helm's wife, or not wife, common law wife, she is the first, and as far as I know, only woman to ever sing on a band album, and she's does background vocals on this. So, check this out. Cahoots by the Band from 1971. Next up, another one. Speaking of female backing vocals, or this is female lead vocals here, Pearl by Janis Joplin came out in '71. This was the last album that she was involved with in her life. She actually died during the recording of this album.
That is a great album.
Yeah.
I love that album.
And Gotta flip my notes on here. So this was released, she died in October 1970. This album came out in January 1971. And there are 2 songs on this album that actually are incomplete, that they were in the process of recording when she died. One is Buried Alive with the Blues. They only recorded the instruments for it. They never recorded her vocals. The other is Mercedes-Benz. They only recorded the vocals, so it's a cappella. They never recorded the instrumentation for it. And they decided to leave those as she had them, as sort of a tribute to her. But of course, you know the hits on this one, Me and Bobby McGee, which is Chris Christopherson wrote, and then Move On. So, check it out. The last album that Janis Joplin recorded during her life. It was actually the Doors producer, Paul Rothchild, helped produce this album. Next up, as I flip my notes over, if you've watched my rock review, the stuff that I do outside of the BarRoom Neon project, I had a segment called Kit Hits 50, where I talked about the bands that I listened to that sort of influenced me while I was growing up. And I mentioned that I was a big fan of The Who. But I don't have a lot of their Who albums, because my best friend is an even bigger fan of The Who. And so whenever I wanted to listen to The Who, I just borrowed the cassettes from him. But I do have, this is my favorite rock album by The Who. Who's Next? The Who, you know, I love Tommy, I love Quadrophenia, I love their rock operas, but sometimes I think they go a little overboard in the rock operas. But this is just a great rock album, Who's Next? And this was originally conceived as a concept album by Pete Townsend. He had this idea of sort of a multimedia experience with video and film and concerts and audio recordings. But the problem was in 1970, 71, when they recorded this, the technology was a little limited. So they got frustrated with it, and eventually they gave up that whole multimedia experience and just came out with one great album. But just so you know, you probably know the big hits on this were Won't Get Fooled Again, Behind Blue Eyes, the song Baba O'Reilly, which everyone knows by the refrain Teenage Wasteland, is on here. An interesting fact I found out when doing a little research is the guitar that Pete Townsend plays on this album is a 1957 Gretchen, and that was given to him by Joel Walsh. But there's a bunch of other songs besides Behind Blue Eyes, besides Won't Get Fooled Again, besides Baba O'Reilly. There's My Wife, which is John Entwistle's song that he contributed, the bass player. Bargain, Going Mobile, Love Ain't For Keeping, all on this. I love this album. So if you have to get one Who album and you don't want to get Tommy or Quadrophenia, the rock operas, get Who's Next. Okay? As you also guys know from following me, I'm a big, huge Genesis fan. I got tickets to see Genesis this fall in Buffalo and in Boston. And 1971, Genesis came out with Nursery Crime. This is the first album that features their classic 70s lineup. They had the original members, Peter Gabriel, Tony Banks, and Mike Rutherford. And they added 2 new members for this album. One guy named Steve Hackett on lead guitar. And another guy you maybe have heard of, a little minor guy called Phil Collins. First album that he did as the drummer for Genesis was Nursery Crime. But this does not sound like those poppy Phil Collins albums from the 80s. You're not going to hear a song like, what's that song he did in Tarzan? You'll Be in My Heart is not going to appear on this. This album sounds a lot like if you picture the Peter Gabriel solo albums, the weirdest stuff you can picture from Peter Gabriel's solo album with a Tony Banks keyboard solo in it, that's what this stuff sounds like. I mean, after all, one of the songs on this album is called Return of the Giant Hogweed. That's not going to be played at, I don't think, at a Phil Collins concert anytime soon. But I have heard that Genesis on the reunion plans is actually practicing the musical box, which is the opening track of this. So hopefully when I see them, they'll be playing the musical box from Nursery Crime. Okay. All right, I still got a whole bunch here to go. Second half of my pile coming up. So, we'll start that with The Doors, An LA Woman. And this was released in April 1971, so this came out a month before I was born. It's the last Doors album with Jim Morrison. And most of the songs on this album, The Doors never played live because Jim Morrison died before it came out. There are a few that they played live. They did some festivals in 1970. but a lot of them they didn't play live. So, and for the most part, it has a very blues rock sort of feel. It's got songs on it like "Been Down So Long" or "The Wasp." That's Texas and the Big Beat. It's got some non blues rock songs. "Riders on the Storm" is on here. I love that piano opening to "Riders on the Storm," by the way. So, Doors, last album with Jim Morrison. Uh-oh, Joe's touching the camera.
No, just seeing if there are any comments.
Okay. Next up, if I flip over my notes, Crazy Horse by Crazy Horse. This was Neil Young's backing band for his album Everybody Knows This Is Nowhere. And in 1970, Neil Young went on tour with these guys called Crosby, Stills, and Nash. And so Crazy Horse didn't have anything to do, so what did they do? They recorded their own album called Crazy Horse. And for that album, they recruited a young guitarist named Nils Lofgren. If you don't know who Nils Lofgren is, he's currently the lead guitarist of the E Street Band. But this album, I love this album. Songs on it: "Downtown," which Neil Young later recorded with Crazy Horse. "Dirty Dirty," "I'll Get By," and there's sort of a biggish kind of hit on this. It's called "I Don't Want to Talk About It," which was later recorded by Rod Stewart. It's not a song you want to listen to if you ever break up with anybody. I almost thought about bringing my ukulele and playing it, but I don't know what people are feeling out there. I don't know if anyone's broken up with their girlfriends and want to bring them down, and plus, you don't want to hear me sing. But if you can look up "Crazy Horse" by Crazy Horse, awesome album. Buy it. Crazy Horse needs some love, even when they're not with Neil Young. Next up, we have The Faces, "Long Player." If you don't know the history of The Faces began as a psychedelic pop band in the late 60s called Small Faces, and their lead singer, guitarist was Steve Marriott. He left in the early 70s to form a band called Humble Pie with Peter Frampton. But the rest of the Small Faces wanted to continue, so they got this guy named Rod Stewart to be their new singer, and another guy named Ronnie Wood to be their lead guitarist. Ronnie Wood later joined the Rolling Stones. And in 1971, they had 2 albums. One of them was Long Player. And they also changed the name from the Small Faces to The Faces. This has a couple. They covered Paul McCartney's "Baby I'm Amazed" on this album. "Had Me a Real Good Time" is on this album. My favorite song on this album is called "Sweet Lady Mary." They did come out with another album in 1971 as well, but this is sort of my favorite of the 2 they came out with. Later, they would come out with an album called "Ooh La La." You've probably heard from that one. It has that song, "Ooh La La, I Wish I Didn't Know Now." But they also became they were famous for becoming a very party band. They would pass out free bottles of wine at their concerts. Okay, next we're gonna go to a little Elton John here. Elton John, "Madman Across the Water." This is one of 3 albums he released in 1971. He also released "Tumbleweed Connection" and an album called 11/17/70, which was a live album. Guess what? It was recorded on November 17th, 1970. All the songs on this album are the music is by Elton John, the lyrics are by his lyricist Bernie Taupin. And the best known songs, of course, are "Tiny Dancer." If you remember the movie Almost Famous, there's a famous scene where they're all on the bus driving down the highway, all singing "Tiny Dancer."
That was a good movie.
"Leave On" is on this album. And by the way, I found out that Leave On is named, even though the character isn't based on him, they took the name from Levon Helm, the band. But there's some other good songs. "Indian Sunset," which is about the destruction of Native American culture, is on here. "Razorface" and "Madman Across the Water," the title track. So check out Elton John, "Madman Across the Water." I've got 2 more, if the band is going to get ready, I've got 2 more albums to go through.
We're actually going to have you, when you're done, move your stuff, and I'm going to interview Mike, and then we're going to finish out with the jam.
Okay, so another album from 1971. You all know it. You all know the title cut. John Lennon, "Imagine," right? Imagine all the people living life in peace. But there's more to that album than that song. There's some other political songs on there. "I Don't Want to Be a Soldier," "Give Me Some Truth," which is about Richard Nixon. Some personal songs on here. "Crippled Inside," a song called "Jealous Guy," which was originally a Beatles song. called Child of Nature, and it was originally sort of thought of for the White Album. Song called Oh Yoko. I wonder where John got an idea for a song called Oh Yoko. And a song called How Do You Sleep, which was he and Paul McCartney were having a feud. So John Lennon wrote a song about it called How Do You Sleep. And this is also, even though it's a John Lennon solo album, George Harrison appears on like almost half the songs on this album. So it's almost like 1.25 Beatles album on here. So John Lennon,
Just remember everybody.
Imagine. The last album I want to talk about is this one from 1971, David Crosby, If I Could Only Remember My Name.
This was.
As many of you probably know, 1970, Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young released Deja Vu, and immediately that was such a big success that all four members released solo albums in either 1970 or 1971. Stephen Stills released his self-titled debut album, which has Love the One You're With on it. Neil Young released After the Gold Rush in 1970. Graham Nash had an album in 71 called Songs for Beginners. I've never been a big Graham Nash fan. David Crosby came out with this in 1971, If I Could Only Remember My Name. And even though it's a David Crosby, it's credited to David Crosby. See, it says David Crosby on the... It's really more of David Crosby with the Grateful Dead, Neil Young, and Graham Nash. The lead song on this is called Music Is Love. It basically started Graham Nash, David Crosby, Neil Young were in the studio just jamming. David Crosby started improvising some lyrics. And afterwards, that was nice, but I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Then later he found out that Graham Nash and Neil Young took the master tapes, put vibes, put percussion on it, gave it back to him and said, that's going to be the lead song on your album. There's another song on this called Song With No Words, which is Crosby and Nash doing some vocal harmonies, but just going da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And with Jerry Garcia of the Grateful Dead and Jack Cassidy of Jefferson Airplane Hot Tuna providing the backing for it. And my favorite song on this album is called What Are Their Names, which is David Crosby with the Grateful Dead. And I'm actually going to read those lyrics because, you know, in the violent times today, I think it's sort of an anti-war song. And in the violent times today, I'm directing this at the leaders of both Israel and Palestine. So the words go, I wonder who they are, the men who really run this land. And I wonder why they run it with such a thoughtless hand. What are their names, and on what street do they live? I'd like to ride right over and give them a piece of my mind about peace for mankind. Peace is not an awful thing to ask. And I'm going to end with that. To all the world leaders, peace is not an awful thing to ask. You know, you may say I'm a dreamer, but you know what? I'm not the only one.
No, you're not. We're all
All
dreamers.
right.
All right, everyone. Thank you, Kit. 1971 albums. Great topic.
If anyone has an album that I missed, let me know in the comments.
All right. And you can, Kit's got his rock review. He's got his Facebook page. And do you have a YouTube page?
I do have a YouTube page.
And a YouTube page. We're trying to build up our pages. So go on and like and follow, subscribe, whatever you need to do. And thank you very much, Kit.
Well, now we're going to go over to Mike.
We're going to go over to Mike. We're going to have you move your stuff. And we're going to interview Mike right over here on the...
I'm just going to unplug the computer.
Oh, yeah.
I'll have Kit come over and check the cameras out, see how we look, so make sure we don't look like a bunch of goofballs. Oh, how we doing?
Crosby the Grateful Dead, basically.
All right.
Perfect. Mike, just be careful because that chair will knock that tape
I
when
had
it
my drink. I don't
spins.
know what
It'll.
happened to it.
What's the matter?
Nope, you guys are perfect. You're right
Is
in.
your cup?
No, I guess I drank it all.
Oh, you did.
See that?
No, you know how to make one. You can make yourself.
Hello, everyone. We are back, and we have Mike Catalina, as you know, has been joining us tonight. And Mike, your band now that you're playing with is called Critical Path.
That is correct.
And how long has Critical Path been together?
Oh my God, 5 years now.
5 years. I don't know if you remember the first time we met.
I do.
I just got out of college, came home. You were jamming with my friend who passed away a couple years ago, Mike Grant.
Mike.
And Mike, I played with Mike when I was in high school, and I I'm sorry, I get emotional about talking about Mike. Why don't
I know, it upsets me too, boy.
Came home from college, and Mike and I wanted to start a band, and he was jamming with you, and
Yeah.
we went up on Main Street where the Italian Feast is, and you were living upstairs and had your studio downstairs.
Yeah.
And I don't remember what we played. I had no idea. I wanted to start an original band. I don't even know what we did, but I know that we didn't end up putting a band together. I have no idea what happened. It was
Because I believe I was contacted by members of, partially from my former band, and they wanted me to go off and do something with them. And it just was...
because Mike and I didn't even start up a group. I ended up starting up Terminal Rain with Rich Fortuna.
Which
and
was
then
very
Mike became
successful.
became the road crew manager for that. And we were together for a very long time. You know, we had a small contract. But anyways, you know, the COVID thing put a stop on all our live performances and stuff. But things are picking back up. So why don't you talk a little bit about when did you start playing the guitar? How did you get into doing the bands? And we don't have to do a whole hour show or on this. But
I come from a very musical family. There was instruments laying around the house all the time, and I remember distinctly when I was young, and my father was a player. He had a guitar, but he didn't want anybody ever to touch it. He was one.
Really?
Oh yeah.
What kind of guitar was it?
Oh my God! I think it was. I think it was a Gibson ES 125T type of thing. But every time that I got home from school, I would open up that case and I would just pluck on those strings and trying to figure things out. But I was hooked from an early age. I ended up borrowing oh my God, it was like a $35 Montgomery Ward guitar that the strings were like 4 inches off.
I remember fixing those. People bring those in. Can you fix this? Yeah. Throw the garbage.
I learned how to play on one of those. And I was just one of these guys that, I would go to the high school dances, and I'm talking, 7th grade, and I was watch the band, and I'd watch them play something. I would run all the way home, grab the guitar to try to figure out the part, and okay, got that, and I'd run back. I swear to God. I would practice when I started. One of the first songs I ever learned, of course, everyone learned Smoke on the Water, but American Band by Grand Funk Railroad was really popular at the time, and I learned that one. So we put a band together.
You're dating yourself,
Oh, I know. We put a band together, and it was me, my brother Jim, and I was playing this beat-up guitar. My brother Jim was actually playing 5-gallon pails and boxes.
Your brother Jim plays the drums, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's a phenomenal drummer. So, and we actually bought our first instruments from trapping muskrats. And I would get up 5 o'clock every morning, hurry up, check my traps, bring them home, skin them, and check them again after school. So we would go to, unfortunately, I had a guy across the street from us, John Conti, which is no longer with us, but he was one of the most prominent trappers in New York State. And he taught me a lot of good things, and I was able to make a lot of money with his help. And I bought my brother Jim a drum set, me a guitar and an amp, and we started from there. And old column speakers, we would grab anything we could get. We were really good. We practiced all the time. Our heart and soul was into it, and that's all we wanted to do. So we played. This is really memorable for me. We played our first high school dance after winning an audition in Mohawk School, and we're all psyched and ready to go, but we didn't realize we had no way to get the equipment there.
Oh my God.
So
how old were you?
Oh my God, we were like 13. So we actually carried.
And what school was this?
Mohawk School.
Mohawk, okay.
We actually carried the equipment from where we were practicing, which was 2 blocks from the school, we actually carried the equipment to the gym, set it up, and we got somebody to help us bring it back.
Oh my gosh.
But that's how hungry we were, and that's how much we wanted to play. But that was my first gig. And then we put on a show, and we really rehearsed and really did well. Another memorable thing that brings me back to those times is we were into Jimi Hendrix. So we were doing a Jimi Hendrix show, and I rigged up that old guitar, because I ended up getting another one. So it would be a stunt guitar, and I would actually smash it down on the floor, and it would look like it would break. And I'd put a piece of plywood down, so we forgot the plywood. So Mohawk School just finished their gym floor, and I did it anyways. And
oh gosh.
Needless to say, we didn't get paid that day. And all the money that for the band went into repairing the gym floor. But we got really good. We played our jobs. We started playing all the area high schools. And we started actually playing in the bars when we were 14 years old. We had to have a chaperone, and we started playing at the electric scene. And that was the Rustic and later on to be the Silverado. But it's all, and we just kept moving forward. And
I know you've been playing, you were in the band Circus. I remember when you used to play up at, what's the bar that used to be up between Middleville and Little Falls?
The Ice House?
Ice House.
Yeah.
What was it back?
Wendy Tavern.
Wendy Tavern.
Wendy Tavern.
But I remember going to see you play, and you came out with your python.
Yeah.
Had a snake around your neck, and you were doing all, and I just was, because I was a headbanger. I still am a headbanger, but
Yeah.
talking about ruining a floor, the first time that Mike and I played, we did a variety show at Benton Hall in the auditorium. They were doing a variety show. So I was a junior, and Mike was in the band, and our drummer at the time was Jerry Smith. And Mike made homemade ice machines from. We made all our own smoke machines and everything. So he took a fishing tackle box and stuck a heating rod in it and soldered it in there.
Yeah.
Well, the water leaked all over the stage on the wood floor. The janitor went crazy. We cleaned it all up, but. Oh
Yeah,
my God!
yeah.
You know,
Those
back
are
in
the
those
times.
days, you did whatever you
yeah,
had to do.
we
You know,
made
I remember
those-
going and buying the dry ice up in Utica and putting it in the water. I'm like, this is crazy.
We
What
used
are
to
we
make
doing?
our own explosions.
We did ours too. Mike made it with gunpowder,
Gunpowder and duct tape.
duct tape, and nails and wires.
Yeah. And then we would actually put them on spools that we'd buy at Radio Shack, and we would throw these things up over the rafters in the gym and hang them over our heads.
We used to take cups of
You
rubbing.
get arrested these days if you try
We used to
that.
put rubbing alcohol in cups on the floor
Yeah.
and light the rubbing alcohol, and it would burn for a long time.
Yeah,
Lucky this house is still here.
yeah. We had trowels. We had a flame show, explosions. We had all the gimmicks, and we used to do a lot of crazy things.
So now that the restaurants and the bars, the festivals are starting back up, what's going on with Critical Path coming up? What shows do you have coming up, and then share with the people? So
Our first show is going to be at the Iron Rock Brewery,
okay,
and that's going to be July 31st.
July
We have
31st.
a couple of private parties, and we're going to be back again at the Iron Rock Brewery, and those are actually our first jobs. We just started up again. Like 3 weeks, we've only had 3 practices, but everything fell right in place. It's like we never stopped. But there was a full year because of COVID.
Right.
We didn't even get together and play. And I had a few things going on that kind of slowed us down, but we're back up
Life
and
gets
running.
in the way, you know.
Oh yeah.
Now you have another brother that plays the sax, I think, and keyboards.
Oh yeah. My brother Bob.
Because we played with him
We've
at the
played
camp
with him.
jams.
You guys.
We're
Great.
talking about your brother Jimmy. When Chris and I started, when we had one of the other guitar players here, he wanted to have your brother come and play drums for the BarRoom project, and I already had known someone that we kind of rekindled our friendship with Jerry Smith from high school. And
I know Jerry.
Jerry came and played with us for about a year and a half.
Yeah.
And then after that, we got Rory right in last summer. And
Jim.
Phil,
My
so-
brother Jim is a phenomenal drummer.
yeah.
We were serving.
But things happen for a reason, so whatever. But we are so glad to have you jamming with us tonight. You are welcome to come in and sit in at any time.
You guys,
on the
thank
BarRoom
you for
show.
having me. It's having a lot of fun.
if you have any questions for Mike, you got a Facebook page for your Critical Path and
Critical Path, or you can go on my site, Mike Catalina, or Mike Cat.
Mike Cat.
Yeah, and you can get on the site there, or I can friend you onto the site. We try to keep updated on the site where we're going to be, and hopefully things are going to pick up, and we're really looking forward to doing some jamming.
Yeah. July 31st, they're going to be down at the Iron Rock Brewing Company, and I think that's a 6 to 9 show. They do the shows early. Yeah. We're going to be there on June 19th. We're bringing this whole BarRoom project down there. Boy, that's going to be crazy. And we got the road crew. Kit and Roger, road crew.
Speaking of not being able to get your stuff in your car, we don't know if we have enough space in our car.
Luckily, we don't have to go too far. We got enough cars. But we're going to switch the cameras around. We're going to do we're going to do about 5 songs here. But the first song we're going to do is a new original that we wrote. We've only played it once. And then at the end of it, Mike's going to segue on over and finish out the night with us. And we're looking forward to that. So, Mike, thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you.
And come back anytime.
All right.
All right, let's get these cameras around.
It's those days with you all.
Are you guys doing that? Cake.
Oh, the cake, Joe. The cake.
Oh, we'll get the cameras here, and then we'll sing Happy Birthday, and then they can cut cake. All right.
It's hard without people there.
Ready to shoot now.
Hey, Chris, could you stand by your mic, hon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. Princess.
Beautiful, Christine.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
that's
so
me.
gorgeous.
Long live the queen.
The current queen is living a long time.
Yes,
really
she is.
Your son's pissed. Like, this is cutting into my so long that like everyone wants him to abdicate.
Kid, is my
His
head
son
cut
to take
off?
the crown.
Yes,
It's
your head is
hilarious.
cut off.
I revolt both of them,
Wait
or
till that's in the TV
This
show.
one.
that one?
Both heads?
Both heads. How many heads do I
I
have?
don't know.
Are we ready?
How many,
All right, let's do this.
How many of those things we drank?
Yeah.
You want a lighter? Come on, somebody.
Mine's outside.
You got a letter right here.
Oh yeah, there's one there. Oh, they got
Oh, they got it, bud. They got it. Jeez, I'm breaking away here.
It's okay.
Breaking away there.
Right, there's no.
Sip it here.
I'm gonna have Kit check the cameras when I get over here and make sure we're.
Yay.
Here, we gotta blow with these.
Yeah, I was just gonna take the candle out.
Anyways, it's Christine and Kit are celebrating their birthday this month. Kit's was what date was your birthday?
May 3rd.
May 3rd. Christine's on Wednesday, May 18th.
19.
19th. I'm sorry. May 18th. Oh, wow.
Are you serious? Dude?
Oh.
What the frick? Wow.
So, anyways,
I'll eat all the cake.
Wow.
yeah, I had to get my tooth pulled on May 18th, so that was the.
Oh, so yeah, you would quit.
It's all about
getting
my
your
tooth this
It's
week.
all about
out of your
jealousy.
head.
It's all about
Anyways,
jealousy.
it's happy birthday to Kit, Christine. So let's sing. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Christine and Kit. Happy birthday to you. There we go. He made a
All
wish.
right.
I made a wish.
Our cake tonight was made by the White Rose Bakery here in Little Falls, New
Of course
York,
it was.
and it is chocolate and vanilla. So I'm going to have some of the ladies cut this, or whoever's going to cut it, or gentlemen, and we're gonna start jamming.
Let's get rocking.
You got me rocking now.
That's a Stone song for you.
Is there ice still left there?
Okay.
There's next
Hey. It is what it is. It is what it is.
What's up first?
We're going to do Far Away. And then Mike's going to come in with us. Thank you for joining us, everyone. It's been a great night. Everybody's wishing everybody happy birthday. Thank you for wishing happy birthday.
Thank you.
How's the lights looking in the camera?
Thank you.
We looking good?
Yeah, looking good.
Not too dark? No, looks
Who's
good.
that?
Looks good out here.
We're gonna have to have a cleanup before the next practice.
Yeah.
Just wood pieces everywhere back here.
Actually, one
Somebody
of
hasn't
them,
got hit in the face yet.
there's a piece here, so it must
Is there up there? Is that one
Yep.
up there?
Yep.
Went flying, babe. Some of these jams have gotten a little tense.
I'm setting this one up.
All right, put the
I would be ready.
synthesizer on the E minor, and I switch guitars, and you come over and get set up. Remember that little jam thing we did last night?
Yeah, we'll go into that.
It's gonna go into that.
Oh, third set, man. It's closing out proper. Oh, man.
All right, everyone. It's a new original called "Far Away."
Just
away.
All right, Chris, it's your time to sing.
And the fans went wild.
We're doing boots.
Oh, second how does, okay. Got it.
Wowie, wowie, wowie.
Wowie, wowie.
What's up, guys?
E.G. Yeah, I got it. You ready there, Sonny?
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You keep saying you got something for me, but then you call them wonders. You better message where you should have been messaging. Now someone else is getting all your best. These boots are made for walking. That's just what they'll do. One of these days, these boots are gonna walk all over you. You keep lying when you ought to be truthing. You keep losing when you ought to not bet. You keep saying when you ought to be changing. No, it's right is right, but you ain't been right yet. These boots are made for walking. That's just what they'll do. One of these days, these boots are gonna walk all over you.
What did you do? I saw something fall. Why do you keep putting glasses on top of things that slide?
No, I hit it with the thing. Just dropped it.
Wow.
That sounded a little like Joan Jett-ish, that version.
Oh, you won't get electrocuted. Are we okay? What's up next?
Wow. We're gonna do a little country. Country roads. Well, we know the show is long tonight, everybody, but you know what else do you gotta do?
Or you can just
Just click it off and put on Leave It to Beaver or something. What, you got capo?
Do I have a capo, but not with me? I can transpose.
there's nothing Mike can't do.
That's very true. Do you want to borrow one or you want to?
I can do it without.
Okay.
I can do it without.
It's all right, man. Hey.
I'm that good. Oh, man.
Next, sorry.
No. Love it.
So whatever you put the capo on, Joe, I think of how last year I was watching the Devin Allman show on Facebook. Maybe I was like, our sponsor is whatever capo that they were using.
Oh yeah, that's actually I saw this capo and I wanted to get the tie-dye one. Yeah. We haven't done this in a while, have we?
Yes,
No,
yeah.
you know, it's fun.
Not out, but I'm crack. practiced it a few times.
Yeah, but I guess amazing.
Yes.
Amazing. Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah River. Life is old there, older than the trees, younger than the mountains, growing like a breeze. Country road. Take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country road. There you go. All my memories gather round her. Mine is lady, stranger to blue water. Dark and dusty, painted on the sky. Misty taste of moonshine, teardrop in my eye. Country road. Take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country road. I hear a voice in the morning on Crosby. Radio reminds me of my home far away. Drive down the road and get a feeling that I should have been home yesterday. Yesterday, country roads. Take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country road. Right through the verse, Mike, take a solo. Country road, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country road, take me home. Country road, take me home. Country road. Woo!
Probably should have practiced that one earlier. All right.
We'll do mountaintops.
And then we're going to end with. Oh, yeah, we got
Eagles song we're gonna do, I think. Forgot about that one.
Which you'll kill the.
I'll kill that feed, yes.
Mountaintops was the original that we did.
Had to walk down the A minor. We got it. I ain't worried about nothing. You ready, babe?
Sure.
From Mountaintops.
From above the view is grand.
You did not come alone. You did not understand.
We tore together stone by stone.
Now I shrink from where you stand. From where you stand. When it's cold, feel the rain. I'm not here to ease your pain. Don't call my name from mountaintops. Only echoes you will hear. Don't venture to the very end. Don't call me friend.
Don't walk by my side.
I'll hold you not above, not in my eyes.
You tried to brush my pride.
Your shadow's not enough. No, it's not enough. When it's cold, feel the rain. I'm not here to ease your pain. Don't call my name from mountaintops. Only echoes you will hear. Don't venture to the very end. Don't call me When it's cold, feel the rain. I'm not here to ease your pain. Don't call my name from mountaintops. Only echoes you will hear. Don't venture to the very end. Don't call me friend. Don't look surprised, my back is bent. You've been my strength and now it's spent. I taste the dust that's burned my eyes. Now it's time for me to fly. When it's cold, feel the rain. I'm not here hand. And don't call me friend. All right, wow. I'm getting tired.
Yeah, I shot my ass off. Let's,
All right, let's do turn the page.
Alright.
We want to do an Eagle song at the end?
we can. Yeah.
I like to do it.
You got enough energy?
I have tons of energy. All right, everyone. I know it's been a late night. We got one more song that we're going to do for this camera, and then we're going to do one more for the Facebook page. All right.
2 more, actually.
Little Bob Seger. On the long, lonesome highway east of Omaha, you can listen to the engines moaning out as one long song. You can think about the woman, the girl you knew the night before. But your thoughts will soon be wandering the way they always do when you're riding 16 hours. There's nothing much to do. Don't feel much like riding, just wish the trip was through. Well, here I am. you lie awake in bed with the echoes from the amplifiers ringing in your head. You smoke your day's last cigarette, remembering what you said. Well, here I am, down the road again. Here I am, up on the stage. There I go, I'm playing the star again. There I go, turn the page. Down the road again. Here I am, up on the stage. There I go, I'm playing the star again. There I go, turn the page. All right.
Say goodbye to YouTube.
Bye bye, YouTube.
See you soon, brother.
Okay.